Hello, good evening. This is Itiva. I am here today with the folks from Unschooling for the Colonizers, a project supported and sponsored by Youth Trunk Community Network, as well as the Velophone. Today we have a great presentation. We're actually looking forward to this great evening. We're going to be gathering today with our friend and colleague, Jean Rodriguez. Jean is a all-around community member, does a lot of different stuff in our community. But today she's here for our music workshop, Ways to Write Music Lyrics. A little bit about Jean and how she's able to provide this workshop is that she started with the love of music as a child, singing at church. And as she grew, she joined chorus in middle school and was part of a girls group in which she could co-write music. In 2022, she decided to put out singles in which she wrote all the lyrics. She is dedicated in sharing her experience with others that would like to learn where to start the writing music process. Follow Jean Marie for more of her music at Jean Marie Music. And so I'm going to pass the floor to Jean Marie. I think that this is a great way for us to think about other methods of learning and utilizing music, writing, poetry, anything of that nature for your own schooling process and your writing assignments for your youth or for your college level students or for yourself as you're progressing in your own schooling process. You gotta find different outlets. And I think music lyrics is definitely a great one for our community. So I'm going to pass it to you, Jean.
Oh, thank you, Diva. Hey, everyone. My name is Jean Rodriguez, and my artist name is Jean Mary. You can also find me on Instagram as Jean Mary. Um, just a little bit about myself, like Diva indicated. Um, I started with singing at church, and I found my love for music while being at church. I used to go all the time, and then I kind of branched out from there. Once I hit middle school, I met a lot of friends, and a lot in that time frame, a lot of us wanted to be in like girl groups. That's when the groups were big, and I used to co-write a lot of the songs. Last year, I decided to link up with an engineer here in Connecticut, in which we started making music. I wrote the lyrics, and he was definitely my music engineer. So let's begin. What are some things that you would consider music lyrics? A lot of people overthink this. You shouldn't overthink trying to write music because anything can be music. You can make anything music. A lot of people believe that the the lyrics need to rhyme if you're rapping or um depending on the song, but it's what you feel. I always feel that music, when you're writing music, it should be what you feel. If you're happy, if you're sad, if you're heartbroken, if you just like to hang out and party, those are things you could definitely use while writing your music. A little bit about lyrics that we're going to talk today. Lyrics are words that make up a song, usually consisting of verses and choruses. Some songs start with choruses, such as the Eminem featuring Rihanna Monsters, Maroon 5 Animals, Lord Maji's Blues, and Post Malone's Psycho. Others start with verses, such as Billie Eilish Ocean Eyes, Lord Maji's Journal Entry, Dr. Dre featuring Snoop Dogg Still Dre, and Neo Because of You. So it all depends on how you feel at the moment. Some people will start with writing their verse, and then that's where they come up with, oh, this will sound good with this chorus, and then put a title to it. Other people might start with a chorus or hook and go from there and writing their songs. There are different types of songwriters, such as lyricists, top liners, beat makers, composers, performing songwriters, songwriters in bands, and songwriters for artists. lyricists will write just music, write the lyrics to the song. You have your beat makers, are usually your engineers that make the beat and compose. Performing songwriters, they perform their music and they also write their music. So, for example, myself, I perform my music and I also write my own music. Songwriters in a band, it's usually how it sounds. It's this person that writes their music for that band, and just the songwriters for artists are just they write for music and lyrics for different artists. For example, Ed Sheeran, he's a songwriter before he came out and started becoming a performing songwriter. What are some of your favorite music artists? For me, it is Mary J. Blige, Alicia Keys, Toni Braxton. So yes, my genre is mostly R&B. You might like pop, you might like rock, rap. So I would kind of look into who you like, what you like from their music, and kind of take it from there. So there's a lot. Let's start. So if I start with a chorus, let's say I want to say, oh, today's a nice day. I'm feeling good. You just kind of put a little bit of a rhythm to it. Everybody has the lyricist usually makes your own melody. So you start writing your song, and then in your head, it usually comes like, oh, I would like to hear it this way. So you got to find the mood of the song. So you need to see, again, if you're sad, do you want it to be like a sad song so people can feel your pain? Do you want them to feel happy? Do you want them to dance to it? Um, what is the motive of the song? So anything can be music, like I indicated. You can write a poem. If you write a poem, you can make a poem into a song. You can write in your journal, and that could be made into a song. So I think a lot of people just overthink that, oh, well, it has to have a beat. A lot of times, people that write lyrics write the song um, with their own melody in their head, and then they present it to the music engineer or the beat maker, and the beat maker goes off of their melody to make it fit. And then together, when you have that connection and good communication, your song is going to come out just the way you want to hear it and just how you envisioned it. So I would just try to brainstorm, say, okay, I want to write this today. It's nice outside, or, he broke my heart or she broke my heart, or, family issues. I want people to relate. And then just brainstorm of what you want to say, what you want people to understand, and what they can connect to. Then you pick your melody. So that's basically you're writing your lyrics. I myself, while I'm writing my lyrics, I'm already putting a melody to it. A lot of times what happens is I can be in the kitchen and all of a sudden I just start humming. And then from that humming, I start putting words to it. Um, a lot of times I can be anywhere and just think about it at that time. I would always say, try to record when that happens, record or write it down, because a lot of times you would forget. Once you have your lyrics ready and melody ready, write down your draft, finish your draft of the song, then go back to it. I usually go back to it after I kind of just thought about it, wrote it down real quickly, because you are going to want to make changes. No song is perfect right off the bat. It's rare for someone just to go off of, oh, this is what it's going to be. This is how I thought about it. This is kind of going to be. Once you reread it again, just like in your English class or literature class, when you're writing an essay, they say, okay, write your first draft, your rough draft, and then refine it and rewrite it and perfect it. Same thing with lyrics. That's the same thing you're going to be doing. So I would just say, take your time, have fun with it. Music is something to express yourself with. Be you, be be so creative, and don't overthink it. Don't judge yourself, because you can start writing and say, I don't like it. And then you present it to someone else when you finish it and it's like the greatest thing. Or someone can say, wow, I can really relate to that. And I think as music artists or people that like to write poems or just write stories, we overthink of how people are going to see it, or I don't like it, or I don't think it's good enough. But you are good enough. And I wouldn't overthink it because you have something to say. You are good at what you do. And once you keep practicing, it'll come to you so easily that you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe it. I just needed to start. So if you ever have questions of how would you want, how should I start? Or, how does this sound? I am always available. Again, on my Instagram, Jean Mary. You can also find me on YouTube at Jean Mary Music. Also, you can hit up Blue Trunk or Unschooling, and they can link you with me, and then we can sit down on one and even go through it, and then we can find your niche. So that's what I have today. Back to you, Idiva.
Oh my God, I like this so much because it puts into perspective that writing a song can be something fun and simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. And you're right. We have so many great artists out there. Inspiration can come from so many places. And we are definitely artists of our own. And creating this type of projects, doing songs, writing poetry, writing lyrics, playing guitar, anything like that, it's things that are going to enhance our capacities, our mind, our heart, our culture, who we are as people. So I really like how simple this kind of workshop was because it puts into perspective that it could be written by anybody at any age, at any stage of, emotions, right? You were talking about that, like you prefer R&B and the romanticism and stuff like that, but people also could use these songs to write about their own experiences, their life, their dreams, their goals, what makes them sad, what makes them happy, what is part of their culture. There's so many things and so many options that you have to write songs, and sometimes we might get stuck thinking we don't have, that's not, we're not good enough, or that's not something we could do, or that's something just reserved for certain people. But really, it can come out of any of us. A good 3-4 stanzas on a song could come really literally out of any of us in the right capacities.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So definitely, I think that everyone should, if this is a passion for them that they want to write music, either for themselves or for others, it's just taking that first risk and putting that pen to paper and, letting your thoughts flow. Again, it's not something that you're going to say that's what it is. You're going to want to go back and rewrite because you want to perfect that. But I definitely feel that a lot of people doubt themselves and, wanted to express that because they don't think it's good enough, but it is good enough because even the smallest thing that you say it's not good, others are going to say, wow, that was great. So I definitely, anyone that's willing and wanting to write lyrics for themselves, for a band, for others, I definitely would say take the risk, try it, you'll love it. And if you don't, then, we could reroute you to something else that you might like if it's writing. So definitely, look into it, and questions are always accepted.
Well, Jean, thanks so much for this. I'm going to encourage people to take time to listen to this call and review in your brain your goals, your dreams, your inspirations, your story, and try to get inspired. Write a song, share it with us. This is the kind of thing that we want to create out of this workshop. And so we hope that the community is able to gain some knowledge from this and bring in some more art and culture to our places that we are highly needing it at such stressful times lately. So with that said, I think we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. Thank you, Jean. Thank you so much for this workshop. And this code will be available for review, so you can replay it and revise it as many times as you need to. Hope you enjoy it. Have a great one.